Here's something your gym never told you. Right now, while you're sleeping, sitting, even while you're watching this, your body is destroying your muscle. Every single day, your body breaks down 250 to 300 grams of muscle tissue. That's not a theory, that's just biology. The only question is whether you're rebuilding faster than you're breaking down. And for most guys, the answer is no. Not because they're lazy, not because they skip the gym, but because they're missing 3 specific foods that flip the one biological switch that actually controls muscle growth. Without those foods, it doesn't matter how hard you train. Your cells were never given the signal to build anything. That signal has a name, and once you understand it, you'll never look at your meal plan the same way again. Deep inside every muscle fiber in your body lives a molecule called mTOR, mechanistic target of rapamycin. Sounds complicated, the concept isn't. Think of mTOR as the construction foreman on a building site. When the foreman is off the clock, nothing happens. Workers stand around, materials sit in piles, the building doesn't go up. But the moment that foreman clocks in, the entire site erupts into action. Concrete pours, steel rises, scaffolding goes up floor by floor. That's muscle protein synthesis. That's actual muscle growth, and mTOR is the one running the show. Here's the problem. mTOR doesn't wake up just because you ate a chicken breast or drank a protein shake. It responds to very specific molecular signals. Signals that most people eating clean and training hard are never actually sending. Researchers at McMaster University called this the anabolic blind spot, the gap between working hard and giving your biology what it specifically needs to respond. The 3 foods below close that gap. Each one targets a completely different biological pathway. Together, they create a compounding effect that forces your muscles to grow in ways that effort alone simply cannot. Before you roll your eyes, hear this out. Because whole eggs are not on this list because of their protein content. They're here because of a single amino acid called leucine, and what leucine does to mTOR. Leucine is the ignition key. Without enough of it in a single sitting, mTOR stays asleep. A landmark study published in Cell Metabolism found that you need at least 2.7 grams of leucine in one meal to trigger maximum muscle protein synthesis. Below that threshold, your body essentially shrugs, doesn't build anything meaningful, and redirects the energy elsewhere. 3 whole eggs gets you right to that threshold. 2 doesn't quite make it. And here's the part the fitness industry spent 30 years getting completely wrong. The yolk is not optional. Egg whites alone trigger only about half the muscle-building response of whole eggs. A study from the University of Illinois confirmed this directly. Why? Because the yolk contains phosphatidic acid, vitamin D, and cholesterol precursors that your body uses to manufacture testosterone. The cholesterol in egg yolks isn't the villain it was made out to be. It's actually the raw material your Leydig cells need to produce testosterone in the first place. A 2023 review in the journal Nutrients found that men eating 3 or more whole eggs daily had 20% higher free testosterone than men eating only egg whites, with identical workouts and sleep schedules. Same training, higher hormones. More muscle. The difference was the yolk. 3 whole eggs every morning. Scrambled, poached, boiled. Your muscles don't care about the cooking method. They care about the signal. And the signal is leucine plus testosterone support, delivered together in one of the cheapest foods on the planet. Here's why 95% of serious gym goers plateau and stay there. They eat chicken every day. Endless, dry, flavorless chicken breast, and their muscles stop responding not because the protein is wrong, but because something critical is missing. Your muscle cells aren't just waiting for protein, they need to be sensitive to it. Think of your muscle fibers as doors with locks. You can stand outside all day throwing protein at them, but if the locks are rusted, nothing gets in. The amino acids just circulate and excreted. Wild-caught salmon provides the one thing that oils those locks and swings the doors wide open: omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that omega-3s increase muscle protein sensitivity by 30%. That means the same amount of protein you're already eating hits 30% harder when omega-3 levels are adequate. The food you're already eating suddenly becomes significantly more effective. That's not a small edge. That's the difference between a year of spinning your wheels and actually seeing your body change. But omega-3s aren't the only reason salmon earns its place here. Wild-caught salmon is also one of the few foods genuinely high in vitamin D, and a 2023 paper in Nature Metabolism found that low vitamin D levels are associated with a 40% drop in muscle fiber recruitment. Meaning when you're deficient, nearly half your muscle fibers aren't even activating during your workouts. You're training hard and getting a fraction of the output your body is capable of. Then there's inflammation. Every intense workout floods your system with inflammatory cytokines, molecules that, if left unchecked, actively block muscle repair and growth. Omega-3s suppress that inflammatory response at the source. A 2022 trial in the Journal of Physiology found that lifters supplementing with EPA and DHA lost 6 times less muscle during recovery periods than those who didn't. You're not just building faster, you're stopping the leak that's been draining your progress the entire time. 4 to 6 ounces of wild salmon 3 to 4 times a week. Can't make that budget work? Sardines and mackerel carry nearly identical omega-3 profiles and cost a fraction of the price. The specific fish doesn't matter. The EPA and DHA do. This one sounds the least like a muscle food. That's exactly why it's the most underrated one on the list. Inside your intestines right now, there are approximately 38 trillion bacteria. And research coming out of Stanford in 2024 revealed something that genuinely changes how we need to think about muscle building. Certain species of gut bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids as a byproduct of digestion. Those fatty acids travel through your bloodstream and activate muscle stem cells called satellite cells, telling them to wake up, divide, and fuse with existing muscle fibers. Satellite cells are the actual construction workers of your muscle tissue. Without them activating, you're not building new muscle, you're patching damage. There's a critical difference. Full-fat Greek yogurt contains 25 grams of slow-digesting casein protein that drip-feeds amino acids into your bloodstream for up to 7 hours. It also delivers live probiotics that nourish exactly the kind of gut bacteria, producing those muscle signaling compounds, plus calcium that directly supports muscle contraction strength. Now add berries. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, any of them. They're loaded with polyphenols, plant compounds with a powerful anti-inflammatory effect. A 2023 trial in Frontiers in Nutrition showed lifters who consumed berries daily recovered 42% faster between training sessions. Faster recovery means more high-quality sessions per week. More quality sessions means more growth over time. It compounds. And here's the part that sounds like science fiction but is backed by a 2024 paper in Nature Communications. Disrupted gut bacteria reduce muscle protein synthesis by up to 35% even when protein intake is completely adequate. Your gut microbiome is actively participating in whether your muscles grow or don't. This is now called the gut-muscle axis, and it's one of the fastest-moving areas in sports science research. 1 bowl of full-fat Greek yogurt with berries before bed. While you sleep, Casein keeps releasing amino acids for hours. Your gut bacteria keep signaling your satellite cells, and your muscles keep building without you doing anything at all. Each food on this list hits a completely separate biological pathway. Eggs fire up mTOR through the leucine threshold and support testosterone production. Salmon makes your muscle cells receptive to the protein you're already eating, fights inflammation, and activates more muscle fibers through vitamin D. Greek yogurt with berries activates your satellite cells through the gut-muscle axis and keeps your muscles fed through the night. A 2024 meta-analysis in sports medicine tracked lifters who consistently hit all three triggers daily. They gained 2.3 times more lean muscle over 12 weeks than the group relying on protein shakes alone. Same calories, same workouts, more than double the results. Not supplements, not steroids, just 3 foods working together through pathways your biology already has built in, finally being given the right instructions. 3 whole eggs every morning, salmon 3 to 4 times a week, Greek yogurt with berries every night before bed. Start tonight, give it 30 days, and pay attention to what you see in the mirror because your cells are finally going to be told what to build.